Pokemon History with Professor Leek. Generation 1 introduced a flying-type move Whirlwind. In Generation 1, if Whirlwind is successfully used in a wild Pokemon battle by either Pokemon, the battle will automatically end. In a trainer battle, Whirlwind has no effect. Whirlwind has 85% accuracy and normal priority. Whirlwind can hit Pokemon during the semi-invulnerable turn of Dig. If the user's level is less than the target's level, there is a chance that Whirlwind will fail, between approximately 10% and 25%, depending on the levels of the two Pokemon. The chance of failure typically increases the higher the target's level is than the user's, as demonstrated by the displayed formula. In Generation 2, when in a trainer battle, Whirlwind will now force the target to switch with a randomly chosen Pokemon from its trainer's party. If there is no Pokemon for the target to switch with, Whirlwind will fail. Whirlwind's accuracy is increased to 100%, and its priority is decreased to -1. If Whirlwind is used before the opponent can make its move, Whirlwind will fail. Whirlwind can now hit Pokemon during the semi-invulnerable turn of Fly, but can no longer hit Pokemon during the semi-invulnerable turn of Dig. In Generation 3 and 4, Whirlwind now has a priority of -6. Whirlwind will fail when used against Pokemon with the ability Suction Cups or rooted by Ingrain. It no longer fails if it is not used last. It can no longer hit Pokemon during the semi-invulnerable turn of Fly. The chance of failure, if the user's level is less than the target's, is now calculated slightly differently. Specifically for a random integer x between 0 and 255, Whirlwind fails if the displayed formula is true. The chance of failure can be approximated by the following formula. However, this approximation may diverge moderately from the true probability for low user and target levels. In Generation 5 and wild Pokemon battles, Whirlwind will now always fail if the user's level is less than the target's. In trainer battles, Whirlwind will now succeed if it hits, regardless of either Pokemon's level. Whirlwind is now reflected by Magic Coat and Magic Bounce. If a battle with wild Pokemon ever involves more than one Pokemon on each side of the battle, Whirlwind will fail if used by the player's Pokemon against a wild Pokemon. But if a wild Pokemon uses it against the player, it will force the target to switch with another Pokemon in the trainer's party, regardless of the target's level. In Generation 6 forwards, Whirlwind now bypasses accuracy checks to always hit, unless the target is in the semi-invulnerable turn of a move such as Dig or Fly. Whirlwind can now hit a target even if it has used Protect, Detect, or a Spiky Shield, but will fail if the target is protected by Crafty Shield. Whirlwind can be used in Pokemon contests in combination with Spikes, Stealth Rock, and Toxic Spikes for additional points. When used with its Z Crystal, Z Whirlwind raises the user's special defense by 1 stage. Like, comment, and subscribe.